Good morning, guys, from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This is our second day in Vietnam, and we're all set for the adventure. We're staying in the Ibis Hotel, which is very near to the airport. The plan today is that we go to the Cu Chi Tunnel and the Mekong Delta. The pickup point was unfortunately not from a hotel, so we had to go to a very near pickup point. Once we reached there, time to have some light breakfast, which was in form of a coconut, and which was actually wonderful, costing just around 20,000 VND. So our pickup is done now in a limousine van, which is quite comfortable. This trip is going to take entire day as it's quite far and we are visiting two places. And this is our guide Loki, who is explaining about the trip, who turns out to be quite an entertaining guy. After an hour of drive at around 7:30 in the morning, we are at our first stop. This is a handicraft place which is specifically managed by handicapped people.
We have to use the actually look like the salmon handmade design. You have to cover the color of it. Yeah, you also can cut it.
This place is different because it's basically managed by people who have been impacted by the horrendous chemical called Agent Orange during the war, and everything they make here is using natural materials like eggshells, natural colors, and everything came out really good. We enjoyed the place, though did not do shopping because we thought it was more costly and could not carry. After that, we just have our coffee and we're ready to go. And after about 1 to 1.5 hours, we are almost there. Our guide Loki ensured that it's an interactive session and took us through the entire history of Vietnam and the war, which was really important to understand the place. And we started with one of the most touristy thing there to check out how the Cu Chi Tunnel worked as a hiding spot, and it was really fun to try it.
Welcome to Bollywood, India.
The place showcased a large number of the traps which were used by the Viet Cong soldiers. They also had the old tanks left behind by the US armies, and it was all very fascinating to look there. Luckily, the weather also was pretty good.
Action. Oh my goodness. And I call fish trap, food and food. You have to bring the trap together to the hospital. And I call seesaw trap, the back of the head was some seesaw. Nobody else on the Please say, open the door, put your hands up. I will give you many beautiful girls from New York City. You nobody hands up. You open the door. The trap come down. You ask me, yes, I'm 16. They stop the trap. But can I stop one more extra here? So no children trap, no baby trap. After problem, no more baby, no more children.
No doubt, our guide Loki had an interesting way of explaining the history. They also had this place in which they showcase how they made use of the bombs which did not explode, and it was good to look at. And now we move to a place which gave you opportunity to shoot actual AK-47s and M4A1 rifles. And as fascinating as it looked, we decided not to pursue it, and to be honest, it was quite costly as well. But nevertheless, it was quite exhilarating listening to AK-47 sounds everywhere there. Our guide also had quite an interesting take on the sleeper used by the Viet Cong soldiers.
Listen, only $5. You know, in the night time, I wait at sundown. I go to the bar. I drink the beer with the boy. My wife look all around and then look at this. Look, we go home.
So there were actually 250 kilometers of tunnels built by Viet Congs, out of which I think 121 kilometers is preserved by the government. And with this, it's now time to actually get inside the tunnel and experience how it actually is.
What kind of narrow is that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. That just
It's going to be fun. Oh shit. Well, only a small portion of the tunnels are open for the tourists, and it was really fun going inside them. But be cautious. A word of advice: if you are really claustrophobic, I really don't think that will be a good place for you. Other than that, if you're there, do enjoy it. It's really fun. It's advisable to wash the hands after the activity because it turns out the water there is still contaminated after the war. Our guide also showed us a clever method that the Viet Cong soldier used to dispense the smoke after cooking the food.
They cover the house. And they change the lip one time a week, otherwise the lip becomes black color. When they cover the lipstick like this, you don't see the smoke.
Towards the end, we had some local snacks and moved through a section which had a very good map of the Cu Chi tunnels. And with this is the last section of the Cu Chi tunnels, which was for souvenirs, which interestingly also showed up the bombs and the rifles. It's 12:30 and we have stopped for lunch at this wonderful restaurant. The place itself was wonderful, very green, lot of flowers, and food itself was good with a very good collection of both vegetarian and non-vegetarian food. The options were already given, so that was good. So on the way to Mekong Delta, we hit terrible traffic, and the journey, which could have taken around maybe 2 hours, took more than 3 hours to reach there. And I think it was almost 4 p.m. by the time we reached the Mekong Delta. Here too, we had a couple of activities to do. First thing is you come here, you take a ferry, you cross the river, and then all the activities that you do are on the other side. The Mekong River turns out it quite wide here, at least at this point, and there are lot many cruises in the river as well, similar to one that we see in Halong Bay, and the ones where you can stay overnight, and those were really big compared to a very small ferry. And on the other side, the first activity is related to honey.
Honey from a jasmine flowers.
We were served honey lemon tea, which was quite refreshing, and we had options to buy the honey as well. It was a wild honey. We decided not to, and the other activity was holding this big python. The next place was a small food factory which served coconut snacks along with very interesting cobra snake wine.
Scorpion.
This wine is considered to be an aphrodisiac, and you do get an option to try one shot, but neither of us had heart to try it. And after this, we walked through the beautiful garden, which was very green, lot of flowers, and lot of fruits as well. And we did get some opportunity to try some fruits directly from the tree, and it was really delicious.
Yeah, bone, very good one. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go land coconut. Coconut on the land. And this coconut in the water, in the river. We call coconut water palm. You can eat, but not delicious. The mama, they make them vinegar.
With this, it's now time to board the small boat and enjoy this surreal nature. This is a small boat ride, but to be honest, it does give you the vibe of being in Amazon. It's really beautiful. The ride lasted for around 15 minutes and it was really serene. It gives you some really good opportunities to click some beautiful pictures here, wearing those traditional Vietnamese hat. It was really good. In the end, I also recommend you to try tipping the boatsmen, as those do come from a poor family and it really helps them. Overall, this was a wonderful ride. Time to go back. And the last activity of the day was just crossing the river on the boat, sipping on those lovely coconuts there, and just enjoying the sunset. It was a really long day, and this is just we needed in the end. And boat takes at least 25-30 minutes there, so as you can just sit back and enjoy the sunset. And that view over the Mekong Delta was really, really beautiful, and we really appreciate it in the end, to be honest. Overall, it was a lovely trip. We paid around 3200 INR each person. We get picked at 7 in the morning and we reach at 8 in the evening. It's a really long day. So if you want, you can do both of these separately, which I think will be a good idea, to be honest. But if you have paucity of time, this is really good. But be prepared for a really long day, and I am sure you're going to enjoy it. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Cool. Thank you.